What up, gamers? Spencer here, and welcome to my reaction to The Incredibles theory. Gamma Jack is Jack Jack, Alex Bale. So yeah, Alex Bale is back with another video, and I actually don't even remember who Gamma Jack was. I had to look it up, and apparently he was like a hero in the past, but I don't remember where I saw him, if he was in the movies and stuff. But yeah, I do remember Jack Jack though, so I'm gonna guess that, um, even with like when they showed Gamma Jack when I looked it up, it was like black and white. So I'm guessing like Jack Jack is supposed to be a reincarnation of him, but I'm not too sure. Um, but yeah, let's go and see this theory, man. This Incredibles theory. With the movies, I watched the first two. The first one was like a long time ago when I was like a kid. The second one was like maybe, well, yeah, it was like when it was released like around a few years ago. But yeah, let's go and see it, man. Gamma Jack is Jack Jack. Here we go. Also, it is a shorter theory, 13 minutes long. Oh, this is the one, right? Yeah, they're showing some black and white images. At him, Gamma
What
Jack.
if I told you that this
Like,
is
I'm guessing that's an old
actually
photo.
Jack Jack from the future?
Oh.
Gamma Jack is a character from The Incredibles.
Okay, I was not
we
expecting
see
that.
Only for a few seconds. He is one of the many superheroes Syndrome killed as a part of Operation Chronos. And at first glance, he just kind of seems like a throwaway filler character. But if you look in The Incredibles DVD extras, you'll find a bunch of files full of information about
I kind
all
of wish we
these
saw more
deceased
superheroes.
heroes, including their powers, personality traits,
This
and even
would have been like a
audio
really
clips
cool
of
like
them talking.
superhero series for Pixar.
Culture, a man of passion, and I would say a man of humor, which is not widely known.
But Gamma Jack's file is a bit different than the other heroes. He is one of the most powerful supers in this franchise, with extremely dangerous radiation powers and a very disturbing personality.
Part of my job is to prioritize which villains I'm going to combat. The real kicker is I get these dames, man, these dame villains, and they got the curves and the hair and the big eyes, and boy, those ones, they're really, really hard to kill.
He's the only hero who outright kills people, and when it comes to
Originally
saving
known as
people, he
Handsome
always
Jack?
prioritizes
What? Wait, let me read this whole thing. Handsome Jack. Like from Borderlands? That's like my favorite villain. Okay, powers. Controlled radiation bursts from focused burns to complete disintegration. Maximum range of high intensity intensity a burst is 100 meters. Sharp intensity fall off over distance. Okay. Personality. Yeah, we know that. A favorite of the ladies, prone to tyrannical, megalomaniacal impulses, believes supers to be a superior race, picky eater, NSA recommends close A-level monitoring. Okay, so yeah, with this guy, he's just pretty much full of himself. But dude, look at that power type though, all the way. Indestructibility though, it's very low.
attractive women first.
You know, I
Intelligence
take a
so
look
high?
around, I see if there's any good-looking women who need to be rescued immediately, and then I sort of start from there and work my way down the list. You know, if you've got Tubby Joe Schmo over there with a laser pointed at his head, and he might have to wait in line a little while.
He's described as tyrannical and megalomaniacal, and even believes people with superpowers are a superior race. Gamma Jack is like a straight-up villain. He's basically the Incredibles version of Homelander.
It actually does sound like him. What? Wait, it is pretty much just Homelander. Yeah, there he is. Wow.
And a lot of people have been making videos about him recently because of how much
Really?
he sticks out in this franchise. But
Dang, I
think
never
I've
even knew about
discovered
that.
something that nobody else has yet. What if Gamma Jack isn't just some background character? What if he's someone who's been hiding in plain sight
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. If he is Jack Jack from the future, that means he just becomes like a douchebag.
all of this time?
Like,
I believe
as he
that
grows up.
Gamma Jack is actually Jack Jack from the future.
Like, what does that mean
I
for the
know
family?
that sounds like a big stretch. At
Did they
first
fail
glance,
raising
these two
him?
characters seem
I guess, he is kind of like hard to raise with all these powers and stuff that he has.
nothing alike, both in their powers and personality.
Looks normal to me.
I mean, how could I possibly claim that sweet, adorable Jack Jack is actually a tyrannical super supremacist? Well,
Yeah.
just stick with me, because I guarantee
Definitely got that Homelander
this
vibes
will be
when I
the most compelling,
read that part.
believable Incredibles theory you will ever hear. you are going to be blown
Wait,
away by
did he just like so like the whole what was it?
the most compelling, believable Incredibles theory
Picky eater. Well, yeah, we can see that, but like I feel like that's normal for, you know, maybe kids and babies and stuff.
you will
Now that's kind of funny. Edna,
ever hear. You are going to
popular
be
with the
blown
ladies.
away by how well all of this lines up. This is the
What the heck? Wait, was that him in a Lego game?
how well all of this lines up.
Oh, frick. I know there's an Incredibles video game. I didn't even know they like feature the other like heroes. Wow, so he has the laser beam here that's green, the same as like Jack Jack over here. Oh wow. I kind of want to check out the Incredibles Lego game. I didn't realize it would even feature like the other heroes too. Because yeah, like I said earlier, I would love to see like the other heroes.
This
So far,
is
it's been like
the
so
Gamma
little.
Jack Jack theory.
Like we just got like the Incredibles in Frozone. Yeah, there was an ad there. Had to cut that out. But yeah, speaking of superheroes, I would say Frozone would be my favorite one, just because I remember when I played this like Incredibles video game back on the PS2. I played a demo of it, like the Underminer stuff. And dude, Frozen was fun to play because he would like, when you jump, and then you can also just glide with your frozen, I guess, pathway that he would make.
So, this all
Yeah,
started
that'll be
when
a
I
lot of fun.
noticed a couple strange similarities between these two characters. Obviously, they are both named Jack, and
Yeah,
they are both extremely powerful supers. There's also maybe a passing resemblance, with both of
there
them
is.
having a similar
I think it was kind of hard for me to tell in this video, but now that we saw that Lego version of him, he is blonde, just like the family. Actually, I don't know why Violet is like. Well, I guess maybe it's somewhere within like the mom genes because she has brown hair. I'm not sure if that somehow makes her hair black with Violet.
mask, and their hair ending in a single sharp point. But I didn't really start to take this seriously until I started comparing Gamma Jack's file to Jack Jack. Gamma
Okay,
Jack
let's
is
see it.
described as a picky eater, which is probably one of Jack Jack's most defining traits.
I mean, I would say that's, sometimes it can be hard to, you know, feed babies.
Literally, Jack Jack's first scene is Helen struggling to get him to eat, and a large part of the Incredibles 2 plot revolves around Jack Jack only wanting to eat cookies and throwing a massive tantrum when he doesn't get them.
Obviously, I can't keep giving him cookies. Nobody in a day.
Jack Jack is an extremely picky eater. Gamma
Yeah.
Jack is also described as a favorite
But like, I'm just wondering if that's the thing that you can like maybe grow out of though.
of the ladies, which I think you can also apply to Jack Jack.
Well, yeah, it's because it's a baby. It's like cute. I'm sure like, just people in general would find him like, adorable and cute. Yeah, see?
Babysitting this one.
I feel like, when it comes to Gamma Jack, it's more like, a ladies' man type person.
I do for free.
All of the women who take care of Jack Jack clearly adore him.
Yeah, for me, it's, I think it's definitely different because, it's a baby versus an adult that is like a ladies' man.
You look fabulous in your mini dress.
He is definitely a favorite of these ladies. Okay, but what about tyrannical and megalomaniacal impulses? Well, doesn't that
Yeah, this one
kind-
maybe we can maybe see. Because, with him, I'm sure, like I said, with babies and stuff, I'm sure he can like maybe grow more mature over time.
of sound like how
But this
Jack
one I can
Jack
maybe
is
see.
constantly and impulsively
It's like, yeah, he
throwing
is kind of
violent
angry here.
tantrums?
Combustion imminent.
I'm sure maybe stuff like this will carry over as he grows up.
It means fire, Robert.
Even when Jack Jack fights someone, he seems to
Yeah.
always go for the kill just like Gamma Jack.
I remember this scene. I actually just
mean,
watched
he
the
did
second
kind
movie
of
like
indirectly kill Syndrome
a few weeks
Okay,
ago.
So there are some surprising similarities here, but let's address the elephant in the room. Gamma Jack is an adult who died in the past, and Jack Jack is obviously a baby in the present. For this
Yeah, at first I thought it was gonna be a reincarnation. I don't know why I didn't think about just coming from the future.
to work, there would need to be some kind of time travel involved. And while Jack Jack is an extremely powerful super
You know what would be weird though? Like, let's say if this is true, and there's just the way he like comments about women. Like, I'm guessing I don't know like the history between like Elastigirl and Gamma Jack. Can you imagine?
with many different
Like, what if he
reality
doesn't
warping
know?
powers, we never actually see him do anything that resembles time travel. The closest we maybe get is his weird ability to travel between dimensions.
I mean, you never know. I feel like with Jack, you know, especially when he's just we only saw him as a baby, and like because he has so many different powers just being discovered at once. You never know. There might be even more that he might unlock over time. I can maybe see that.
Cookie. Cha-Cha want a cookie?
Wow! He can still hear you
From the other dimension, yeah.
That is freaky.
Except, I think there might be more to this dimensional power than we think. In The Incredibles 2, Edna creates a device that can help track and manage Jack's powers, and it can even be used to help find Jack when he moves into the other dimension.
He vanished!
Okay, good. Use the thing. See that? That's the current readout. Click it. See the readout? Dimension 4. So where is he?
There!
But if you look closely, you'll see that the device labels Jack's dimension as 4D, as in the fourth dimension, a dimension that is commonly accepted to represent time, meaning when Jack is warping through dimensions.
Editor's note: the Disney Plus version of Incredibles 2 replaced 4D with Dimension 4 for some reason. It's still likely referencing the well-known temporal fourth dimension. I didn't even know about this. That's like interesting to learn about.
He is actually traveling through time. Okay, so Jack.
So like, I guess I won't say. I was about to say some like movie stuff that maybe could be the fourth dimension, but
could have
I'll not
traveled
say
back
it.
in time and became Gamma Jack. But here's another big issue with this theory.
Yeah, I was
If they're
about
supposed
to like
be the
spoil some
same
movie stuff,
person,
but
then
rather
why
not.
are their powers different?
Like from
Maybe
from
you
other
could
movies.
argue Jack has some radiation-based powers, but Gamma Jack definitely doesn't have Jack's many reality warping god powers.
Yeah, I do wonder if he's gonna use the Lego game as a reference, because yeah, that was so far the only power that I saw, within this video that he showed. Just that the green laser beam thing, which I'm guessing is that gamma burst.
No!
Oh, add again. All right, let's continue.
Yes, that is true, but listen to how Edna talks about Jack's powers.
Like all babies, he has enormous potential. It is not unknown for supers to have more than one power when young, but this little one has many.
It is not unknown for supers to have more than one power when young. She talks about it like all super babies can have multiple powers when they're young, but eventually they all grow up and narrow it down to just one or two. Director Brad Bird has also made
Or I guess, yeah, that was not the
comments
gamer burst, that was
about
a laser
how Jack's
vision.
powers are because of the unlimited potential he has as a baby.
Unless they're the same
Babies
thing.
are unknown, so they could be nothing, they could be everything. You don't know. Every single one of them is up for grabs of what they're going to become. They could become a leader of the free world or a bagman, or maybe both. I don't know.
Maybe Jack having so many powers is kind of unusual, but there is a precedent that he could lose most of his powers. In fact, this explains why Jack would be living in the past under a new identity. Maybe Jack traveled back in time and then lost his ability to time travel, making him stuck in the past forever. This also lines up with the deleted
I can see
flashback
that.
scene from the first Incredibles, where we can see Gamma Jack was close friends with Mr. Incredible and
Oh wow. What the heck? Wait, so they actually had him in a movie that is not like a picture? Wow.
Though he tried to hide his powers, a few of us had heard about them and approached him. Had to talk him into becoming a superhero.
Wow, there he is.
We had a club. The first club that wanted him to join.
Wow, he looks like it would be a big part of the movie here. Dang. Yeah, I wish there were more superheroes, man. Like in the superhero movie.
Jack is trapped in the past, he'd probably want to be close to his dad and Uncle Lucius, even if he can't tell them who he really is. Okay,
I can see it.
Does Jack actually have Gamma Jack's powers? I mean, maybe his fire or laser powers are kind of similar, but is that really the same thing as having radiation powers? Well, let's take a look at what Gamma Jack's powers actually are. The file's description is pretty vague, but based on his name and logo, I'm gonna assume his powers.
Yeah, there he is. Gamma Jack from the Incredibles Lego game.
involves specifically gamma radiation.
I might look
which is a
into the
form
Lego game,
of
man. I'm really
high
curious
energy
now.
Electromagnetic radiation. And guess what? We are told by Edna that one of Jack Jack's powers is specifically electromagnetism.
Electromagnetism.
Gamma Jack's powers are based on electromagnetic radiation. Jack Jack has electromagnetism powers. They could have given Gamma Jack any form of radiation powers, but they specifically
I'm not the best in
chose
science,
the type
so
of radiation
I'm gonna have to
that
trust him.
Jack Jack can control
I'm gonna have to
because
trust him with
they
this.
are the same person. Also, if you consider the LEGO tie-in video games to be canon, we do see that Gamma Jack has the power of flight and specifically green lasers, which is also the exact same as Jack Jack's.
Wow.
Do I even need to keep going at this point? Gamma Jack
the Lego game
Jack
is
Jack. This has to be
is a
intentional.
good reference if that
Okay.
is
So,
considered canon.
these characters line up really, really well, to the point where I don't think that this is a coincidence anymore.
Coincidence? I think not!
But there is still one final issue with this theory. Why would Jack Jack, a sweet, adorable baby with two loving parents with good values, grow up to believe that supers are a superior race? Like, that kind of feels like
that feels like an entirely different storyline, dude. That feels that feels like a story for like a future Incredibles movie.
last thing
That's
Jack
like a huge
Jack would
development in
ever
Jack
believe.
Jack.
I mean, Helen even goes out of her way to tell her kids that having powers doesn't make you inherently better.
But Dad always said our powers were nothing to be ashamed of. Our powers made us special. Everyone's special, Dash.
Maybe Bob is a little more enthusiastic about superpowers, but he would definitely never call them a superior race. I mean, that is just unambiguously next level discrimination. Where the
Dude, we got Homelander like many years before The Boys.
hell would Jack Jack possibly get this insane idea from?
I used to design for gods. You are a tiny god. They are lucky to be.
Freaking Edna? Oh my gosh, dude. But that's kind of crazy to think about. I think that's very believable now.
Your presence.
Edna Mode believes that supers are gods. That they
Dude, she's now with this context, she really gives me like this like Emperor Palpatine vibes. Like in Star Wars in the prequels where, in the background, she's like if she were to be like this, like going for this over here, and just praising superheroes to be like, gods and more superior. It does kind of give me like the Palpatine vibes where we're like she's just like raising him, I guess maybe secretly to be like this, to go to the dark side.
They are above normal humans. She says it all the time, and she even seems disgusted by non-supers.
Supermodels. Nothing super about them, spoiled, stupid little stick figures with poofy lips who think only about themselves. I used to design for gods.
Okay, sure, but she only babysat Jack Jack one time. How much could she possibly have rubbed off on him?
Yes, you are a tiny god. The room is yours. They are lucky to be in your presence.
Dude, this is so funny.
Literally after one day with Edna, Jack Jack starts acting exactly like her. Exactly like Gamma Jack.
These people are lucky to share the city with supers.
They are lucky to be in your presence.
So that was audio
And
from the
then
game. Can I
she
hear that
offers
again?
Exactly like Gamma Jack.
These people are lucky to share the city with supers.
They are lucky to
Wow.
be in your presence.
These
Voice is very
people
different.
Are lucky to share the city with supers.
They are lucky to be in your presence.
Wow.
These people are lucky to share the city with supers.
They are lucky to be in your presence.
Yeah, very different voice. Compared to like whatever Alex showed over here at the beginning. I'm not sure if that was like modified or something for copyright. But yeah, very different here, like from the Lego games. I feel like that sounds more fitting. Dude, when I heard Gamma Jack at the beginning, I did not expect that voice to be like his voice to be like that.
And then she offers to babysit him anytime
Like
after
it
this
just
for
didn't
free.
match.
But babysitting this one, I do for free.
Holy
Man.
shit, she is absolutely gonna mess this baby up. Well, there you go. I think
And
this
that's
is a
it?
very strong case for
Yeah,
Jack Jack
it is a shorter
eventually
one.
becoming
That's
Gamma
crazy,
Jack.
man.
Unfortunately, this does mean that Jack Jack will eventually be killed by one of Syndrome's robots. Maybe you could
Ooh.
argue that's a good thing considering who he turns into. Or maybe he somehow faked his death. I don't know. It could be possible. I do think
Oh,
that there's
wait, what the heck? Come on, Alex. You can't just like drop that within like a within like a frame or two. There's like a lot of text that he just dropped there. You can actually make a very strong case for Gamma Jack faking his death. It seems unlikely that a weaker version of the Omni Droid would be able to kill someone so powerful, even if he didn't have all the Jack's powers. Also, Bob was able to fool Syndrome into thinking he was terminated pretty easily. Depending on when Jack got struck in the past, he will likely know about how Gamma Jack died, so he could have the foresight to avoid or fake his death. Gamma Jack's file says that the National Supers Agency is closely monitoring him because of his threat level, so he would have to have a motive to try and fake his death to get the NSA off his back. I do like that last part. I feel like it does make a lot of sense to fake his death since they're like monitoring him. Because maybe that would maybe throw them off his track.
I do think that there's something kind of interesting about Syndrome killing Jack Jack, but then later baby Jack Jack indirectly kills Syndrome, so it's kind of like this poetic time loop. The Incredibles 3 is coming out in 2028, so I guess we'll have to wait and see if it supports or debunks my theory. You know, even if this was intentional at one point, I do kind of doubt that they'll ever bring back this pretty obscure Gamma Jack character, but, you know, we'll see. Thank you for
Oh,
watching.
what?
If you
Even more, dude. There was even more that he just
this
dropped in
pretty
a text.
obscure Gamma Jack character, but, you know, we'll
If The Incredibles 3 debunks this theory, I'm sure you could find a way to still make it work, given that Jack has both cloning and shape-shifting powers. Gamma Jack could be one of the Jack clones that got stuck in the past and shapeshift to look like him. I'm keeping this headcanon alive, no matter what. Gosh darn it.
see. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please consider checking out my other fan theories and subscribing. I've got other Pixar theories coming out at some point. I've got a really funny Cars theory with Mater coming out soon. I will confirm that my
Oh, wait, what the heck? Wait, I like cars. What the heck was that? Wait.
Really funny Cars theory with Mater coming out soon.
Heck
I
yeah.
will confirm that
Dude, let's go, man. That's what I've been waiting for Alex to do. A Cars theory? Dude, he should have like released that during Lightning McQueen Day. I know it's about Mater, it seems, in this next theory of his, but yeah, like a few days ago was like Lightning McQueen Day. Like yeah, 9/5/95. September 9. September 9? No, September 5.
my next theory that's already kind of almost done is about Teletubbies.
Oh, okay. I'm guessing we're getting that. And then Cars at some point?
I've got a pretty interesting take on that I don't think anyone has come up with yet. Thank you to the patrons
Is it about
who
the
support
sun
this
baby?
channel. You can get access to videos early and your name at the end of the video by signing up now. Yeah, there you go. Bye-bye.
Okay, there you have it, man. Yeah, so that is pretty much my reaction to his theory here. I would say, for the most part, I do believe in. I think, when it comes to like his breakdown of like some of the personalities over here, like where was it at? I guess yeah, we'll look it over here. Maybe a more clear picture if I can find one. Here we go. Yeah, so two of them I would say, I'm kind of like iffy on, because it's kind of hard to tell with like Jack as a baby compared to him as an adult. Because yeah, being a favorite of the ladies, that can definitely mean different things for, someone that's trying to be like a charming ladies man as an adult versus a baby. The picky eater, I am, I can definitely maybe see. I'm still kind of like iffy on, just because I feel like with babies, and I guess I'm speaking from no experience because I never had one. I was one, but never had one. But I've seen like those, videos on like social media where they would try to feed the baby, and sometimes it's kind of hard to feed them. But yeah, I feel like with this one, it could be like a 50-50 type of thing. But I feel like, with babies and stuff, they can be, I imagine they might be hard to feed. And like I said, that's just speaking from like someone who never had one. But yeah, everything else though, I feel like I can definitely see. I think it was a very good theory overall. Like a very good theory. Yeah, I really like this one a lot. I think especially with Edda, dude, that's so crazy, man. That's like crazy to think about. I never would have thought that Edda would be used this way as like evidence of like why Jack Jack would become like that. Like I said, I feel like that could be a thing for like a future Incredibles movie. Like I can definitely see that, but I don't think it, like when I don't know, if I had to guess, I don't think they had that in mind when making Gamma Jack. But yeah, I would love to see this, man. It kind of feels like a fun twist. Like I'm not sure about the, you know, how they would do the whole time travel thing if they want to do like the way Alex would do it. But yeah, I kind of would like to see that in a way, and hopefully, you know, it makes all sense and stuff. Anyway, guys, yeah, there you have it. That is my reaction to the Incredibles theory, Gamma Jack is Jack Jack by Alex Bale. And now I turn it over to you guys. What do you guys think about this theory? Do you like it or dislike it? Love or hate it? Let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, very good video by Alex Bale over here. You know, more on the shorter side, it seems, because I feel like sometimes, I think, you know, most of it, I imagine would at least be around like at least 20 minutes or so, right? Like at least 20 to 30 minutes. But yeah, this one was still fun though. Like I'm more about just the quality of his videos, because they're like a lot of fun to like see all the crazy evidence and stuff. But yeah, that's a lot of fun, man. Love this video. So yeah, that'll be for now, guys. That's game.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good